Food history, the evolution of cuisines and culinary traditions. Food, it's the common thread that connects us all. Across cultures, continents, and centuries, it has been central to our survival, identity, and celebrations. But food is not just sustenance, it's a storyteller. Every dish carries a tale of geography, culture, innovation, and connection. In this video, we'll explore the rich history of food, following its journey through ancient times, technological revolutions, and into our modern fusion-filled world. By the end, you'll see how food not only nourishes our bodies, but also binds us together as one global family. Let's explore how cuisines and culinary traditions evolved, shaped by human ingenuity and cultural exchange. To understand the evolution of food, we must start at its root. Thousands of years ago, humans transitioned from hunting and gathering to farming, a shift that would forever change how we eat. Agriculture allowed civilizations to grow staple crops like rice, wheat, and corn. These foundational ingredients provided sustenance and inspired early culinary traditions. Geography played a vital role in defining these cuisines. The Mediterranean region, for instance, had olives, grapes, and wheat, shaping its iconic dishes. Meanwhile, in colder climates where food preservation was essential, people relied on fermenting and salting. Nordic cuisines developed dishes like gravlax, cured with salt to withstand long winters. But food wasn't just about survival, it was symbolic. Ancient civilizations like the Egyptians offered wheat and bread in religious ceremonies, while harvest festivals celebrated abundance. Even then, food was deeply entwined with tradition and identity, signaling the start of a long relationship between culture and cuisine. From preservation techniques to global exploration, food has seen dramatic turning points that forever altered how and what we eat. One of the earliest game changers? Preservation. People learned to dry, salt, and ferment foods, enabling them to last longer. These methods weren't just practical, they opened doors to trade. Salted fish, dried meats, and fermented beverages became commodities exchanged across regions. The spice trade was perhaps one of the most iconic events in food history. Spices like cinnamon, pepper, and nutmeg traveled from Asia to Europe, dramatically shifting the flavors of Western cooking. The desire for these exotic flavors fueled centuries of exploration and even wars. When Europeans began exploring the Americas, the global food palette expanded even further. Potatoes, tomatoes, and chili peppers traveled from the Americas to Europe and Asia, forever changing global cuisines. Imagine Italian food without tomatoes or Indian curries without chilies, they owe their existence to this exchange. Colonialism also left a profound impact on food traditions. While the darker realities of colonization can't be ignored, it's undeniable that culinary blending occurred during this era. Dishes like gumbo from Louisiana, which combines African, indigenous, and European influences, tell a story of survival, adaptation, and creativity. Moving into modern times, technology has taken the reins in revolutionizing food preparation, preservation, and distribution. The invention of canning was a breakthrough in the 19th century. Originally developed to feed soldiers, canned food quickly became a household staple, accessible to people of all income levels. It was a leap forward in preserving seasonal produce and reducing food waste. Refrigeration further modernized kitchens, making it possible to store fresh goods for weeks. Instead of cooking with only local or immediately available ingredients, home cooks could access a wide variety of options, paving the way for more complex and diverse meals. Mass production and industrialization brought food to the masses at an unprecedented scale. Items like instant noodles, processed cheese, and frozen meals made life easier and more efficient. While some argue these advancements have reduced food's quality or authenticity, they also democratized culinary access for millions, blending convenience with nutrition. Food reflects not only its origin, but also its journey. As trade routes expanded and migration grew, fusion cuisines emerged, a beautiful blend of cultures on a single plate. The influence of trade is visible in iconic dishes worldwide. Take shawarma, for instance, a Middle Eastern dish that drew inspiration from Turkish doner kebabs. Or consider biryani, a dish that evolved in India under the Mughal Empire, combining Persian rice cooking techniques with local spices. Migration further enriched culinary traditions. Immigrants brought their recipes with them but adapted to local ingredients, creating unique blends. For example, Chinese immigrants in Peru fused their traditional cooking with Peruvian flavors, giving birth to chifa, a distinctive culinary tradition. Today, fusion dishes are thriving. Ramen burgers, kimchi tacos, and sushi burritos are all creative examples of how cuisines cross boundaries and adapt to new contexts. This blending isn't just about innovation, it's a testament to how food fosters cultural exchange. Technology has also played a role in globalizing food, from recipe-sharing blogs to cooking shows that bring techniques from diverse cultures into our homes. In many ways, our modern culinary world is a virtual buffet of global inspiration. Food is more than what we eat, it's who we are. Across cultures, meals are woven into celebrations, symbols of togetherness, and repositories of cherished memories. During every festival or holiday, food plays a starring role. Think about Thanksgiving in the United States with its roasted turkey, or Eid celebrations featuring hearty biryanis. These dishes aren't just meals, they're traditions passed down through generations. Family recipes are another way food binds us to our roots. A grandmother's handwritten instructions for the perfect apple pie or a family's secret spice mix for curry connects us to heritage and history. The taste of these dishes tells a story of love, care, and lineage. Street food is yet another form of connection, one that transcends class. Whether enjoying tacos in Mexico City or samosas in Mumbai, street food embodies the flavor and identity of a place. More than just snacks, they're cultural bridges, offering anyone a taste of a region's soul. Food also fosters international collaboration. Food festivals and multicultural restaurants introduce people to cuisines they might not otherwise try. Sitting down at a table, tasting flavors from another culture, is one of the simplest yet most profound ways to build understanding and empathy. However, as food evolves, so do the challenges tied to it. Food inequality remains a pressing issue. While some regions enjoy culinary abundance, others struggle with access to basic nourishment, highlighting the disparity in how food is distributed. Sustainability is another challenge. With global populations increasing, the demand for meat and processed staples threatens the environment. Movements promoting plant-based diets and local, seasonal produce aim to counteract these issues and embrace more eco-friendly practices. At the same time, there's a revival of ancient culinary practices. Indigenous communities, for instance, are working to preserve their heritage foods, ensuring these cultural treasures aren't lost to globalization. Efforts like these remind us of the importance of valuing where our food comes from and whose stories it tells. As we reflect on the evolution of cuisines and culinary traditions, one thing becomes clear: food is a universal language. It connects us to our ancestors, to the natural world, and, most importantly, to each other. It holds the power to educate, break down barriers, and foster understanding. Dining together, exchanging recipes, and experimenting with flavors are acts of unity. Whether we're passing down a family tradition or trying an entirely new dish from another culture, each bite becomes part of a larger story, our collective human journey. Let's celebrate the diversity in food and embrace the lessons it offers, that we are connected by our shared need to nourish not just our bodies but our spirits as well. So, food enthusiasts, what's a dish that reflects your culture or connects you to your roots? Share it in the comments, and let's keep this conversation cooking. Because at the table, we're all equal. Let us savor that connection, one meal at a time.